Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about 3 things that you should always remember when you're having an argument. This is a topic which is really close to my heart because I've had some arguments that I wish that I knew better how to deal with it. Because to be honest with you guys, I've had arguments with Ashish where I've really hurt him. I know that this is going to sound cliche, but the tragic part of arguments, I would say, is that we hurt the person that we love the most. It's so easy just to say something in a heated moment that you regret in the future, and then you have to bear the consequences even if the fight is over. So I'm gonna give you 3 tips that will help you when you have an argument. The first tip is to diffuse the situation quickly. Don't get me wrong here. I know sometimes there are arguments that you need to take time. You need to take time away from your partner, think about it, question yourself. But in most common arguments that couples have, I would say it's better to diffuse the situation quickly. I would also say if it's possible for you to diffuse the situation now, you should diffuse it now, and this should be your motto. Because let's say if you don't diffuse a situation that could be resolved now and instead you walk away, your partner will be thinking, okay, maybe it's not important to him. Or maybe if it's not important, then maybe I'm not that important to him. You're just gonna create a lot of tension and a lot of confusion that could have been avoided. I'm just gonna give an example here. Let's say, for example, you were supposed to go on a date this Saturday, and then I know it's quarantine, guys, but let's say that you were supposed to go on a date this Saturday. And then let's just say that at last minute your partner just cancels on you and you are mad at him, but you decide to be passive aggressive and not just say anything. And now for the rest of the week you're just gonna be bitter and be very cold, and of course he's gonna feel that you're cold and he will ask you, are you cold? And you will say, no, of course. So instead of having that cold situation and wasting time, diffuse the situation when you can. I know it's hard to do, sometimes you don't want to make the first step, but you just have to be honest with yourself and be vulnerable and let your feelings show. That's it. Because taking in consideration that same example, another thing that's going to happen is that you're gonna pile on stuff. This is our second point. Because chances are, when you're going to tell him what was bothering you, that is the Saturday date, you're not just going to tell him about the Saturday date. You will be like, oh, remember last month when you couldn't make it to the date? What about in February when you could not have made it to the date? You're just gonna pile on stuff, which is really not good. Because then you're just gathering evidence to make yourself more credible, to give yourself more credibility, just to make yourself more valid. And all of a sudden, you don't know what you're arguing about anymore because you're talking about so many things and you're not focusing on that one issue, which in this case was the Saturday date. Next thing that is going to happen, which in this case is our point number 3, is that you're going to try to cut the other person with words. Because he has hurt you, right? And now it's his turn. It's payback time. And sometimes a lot of people make the mistake of forgetting that it's not you against him or you against her. It's you and her or you and him against the problem. I've seen this so many times that someone has been hurt, and by instinct, since we're all humans, our next step is, okay, we felt pain, now we're going to inflict pain. And now, you don't want to just argue with the other person because you're right. You want to argue because you want to cut the other person with your words. And this can get really nasty, guys, which is not good for the relationship. So those are the 3 tips I have for you today, guys. Number 1 is to diffuse the situation as quickly as possible. Number 2 is to resist the urge to pile on. And number 3 is to resist the urge to be cutting with your words. Now I'm going to finish on this. It's not noble, guys, after you've hurt someone and made them cry and now you're going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. Because you know, sometimes you push your partner's buttons because you know exactly the spot that is going to hurt. Because once you've hurt the other person purposely, the damage is done, guys. This is why I would suggest using these 3 tips in order to fix an argument. Please comment down below, guys, if you have any more ideas to fix arguments or if you like this kind of videos. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. See you in my next video. Hasta luego. Bye bye.